I think for me, the biggest personal challenge would have to be staying on top of all the paperwork that's involved. Just making sure that you have all the correct paperwork filled out and submitted on time can be a little daunting.
I still struggle a little bit with multitasking. I'd say that's probably my biggest challenge. In this line of work, you have to have a third eye open at all times, and it's just something that you have to learn and get a habit of.
There's been many challenges, I think, for all of us, but for me in particular, working days, working nights, switching schedules, being a single parent has been a little challenging. In addition to that, just learning the city, learning new computer system, I put a lot of pressure on myself to try and be, adequately trained as quickly as possible.
So now that I'm about 50% of the way through my training, I would say that some personal problems that I'm having right now is really navigating through the city, just trying to learn streets, trying not to use a GPS or a map, really getting to know the major landmarks and directions.
One of my personal challenge is time. I wish the day sometimes had more hours to be able to accomplish and do all the details of studying and coming back after a call and make sure to review all the details of that call, which we do. We have a debrief after every call, but I want to be able to go through the books and make sure that I educate myself to know exactly what is going on at every point.
Probably the most challenging call for service that I had during this phase was a domestic violence call where I ended up arresting one party for the domestic violence and filing a capias on the other. Both parties were the aggressors in this sense.
I think the most challenging call for service that I've had would be a murder-suicide that I was at. It's not necessarily physically challenging, but more mentally challenging to have to go to that type of situation and just keep it at work.
I assisted, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I assisted on the fire department on a attempted suicide. And the person had caught her wrist, and to me, it was shocking that someone would make an attempt to their life, but it didn't stop me from doing my job. I still applied a tourniquet, and which we were able to stop the bleeding, and we were able to assist her and transport her to the hospital, which was, to me, made me feel really good that I actually got a chance to help someone in need.